Hey ladies and gentlemen, Berdel Warrior here with Go Higher Mindset Marketing. So my topic today is flying arrows of life. Somebody might say, hey Berdel, what do you mean by flying arrows of life? If you think about it, there's always things that are happening to us. There's always, things, whether it's within our relationship, whether it's in our finances, whether it's our spiritual or physical, there's always something that's happening. Does that make sense? Okay, we talked about the hurricanes and then earthquakes, and then you have all this different devastation. Last week up here we had a fire, and some people lost their homes. They lost their animals. Hey Sherry, how are you, girl? Can you hear me? Okay, thanks. So if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, there's always something that's happening, right? And I don't know, I know for me, I thought as we get older, there will be less things going on, right? I mean, I don't know what made me thought about that, okay? So however, as we grow and we continue to grow and we continue to live life happens to all of us, right? Like yesterday I was doing an errand and I went into the bank, and the lady that was helping me, I was just complimenting her and what she was wearing and stuff like that, and we just kept on talking, and she was talking about her brother-in-law that got his home burnt down because of the fire that happened up here. And it was so sad, and she was, talking about, how sad. I mean, he lost everything. I mean, he had some horses that got away, and, people was trying to get those back to him. But here it is. She was still praising God because it could have been worse, right? He could have lost his life, but he just lost all the stuff. I hope that makes sense. All the stuff. So he still have an opportunity to continue life because, like I said, life happens to all of us. It doesn't matter where we are or how much we have or how much we don't have. Life just happens. So I consider those arrows. There's always an arrow that's flying at you. There's always an arrow, people talking about you. Somebody is always doing this. Someone is always doing that. But here is the good thing, okay? Is how are you going to react to the arrows that people are flying to you, people are pointing at you, right? What are you going to do with all those arrows that's happened in your life? It's based on how you handle it, right? Like I said, things happen to all of us. So whether you're having a physical crisis or you're having a financial crisis or you're having a relationship crisis, those are all arrows that happens to all of us in life, okay? So whether or not you're having, it may be a husband issue, wife issue, whatever, talk about it, deal with whatever it is, right? We got the children issue. I mean, some of us got grown children and they're, still have issue. But here's the thing. Children are grown, so they make the choices, make decisions for their life. I know we got some people that have children that's still blaming them for whatever, but here's the point. You need to let them know that yes, you made a mistake, but they had enough time to get it together. So whatever it is that happened to them, they don't like it, they can make changes, right? Okay, so for me, I don't play that game anymore. Okay, I've made mistakes. I'm, based on the decision we had at the time when we were disciplining our children or, whatever. We made some choices. Maybe it was wrong, right? We ask for forgiveness and we keep on moving along because we did not have that information at the time, right? And so sometimes we find our kids hold that on our heads. Well, my life would have been better if you did this or did that, whatever. Bottom line is they still have enough time to get it together if they choose to. There's enough things out there that they can change if they choose to. But some people, I don't know, just want to dwell or have this blame Okay, it's easy for someone to blame somebody else for their life. Okay, but until we take responsibility, here's the big word, responsibility for our own lives. Okay, stop playing this blame game. That's what it is, a blame game. No one is going to win. You're going to lose every time you start blaming somebody else for your life. Okay? So just make a conscious decision to say, hey, I'm going to take responsibility for everything in my life. Hey, Aubrey, take responsibility for everything in your life. And at the end of the day, you're going to love yourself for that, because you could say, okay, this happened. No, I need to change it, or I need to tweak it, or I need to make some adjustment. It's easier to do it when you have the power to do that. I hope that makes sense. Hey, sweetheart. So if you think about it, right? Okay. So just take responsibility for everything that happens in your life. I mean, consider yourself an actress or an actor. Okay. Somebody is always talking about you, whether you're in the church, outside the church, does not matter. Someone is always talking about you. So just consider yourself an actor or actress. Okay. You a star for the day. Someone is talking about you. So get over it. Get over yourself and move on. Life is too short to be playing that name game, or, like I said, we're always going to have errors in life. So if you think about it, whatever it is that you are going through, okay, you're going to make it. As long as you don't give up, stop complaining. Just stop complaining. You're going to make it through whatever it is. Because if you think about it, if you're worrying, you bring in more of that to you. You're doubling your trouble. Okay? If you're crying and whining, double trouble is coming to you. Okay? So think about it. Think about it. Think about an animal in the wild, an animal in the jungle. Okay, if you think about it. Who is going to survive in the jungle? What type of animal is going to survive? If you think about it, it's the strong and bold animal that's going to survive. So it's the same thing in life in general. If you think about this world as I'm in a jungle, and the only way you're going to make it, okay, you're going to surrender to a higher power. Some people say the universe, but I am talking about the man that created and owned the universe. Yeah, say my God, my Father. Some people, he's not a man, but just saying, I'm just trying to be real here. So say my God then. He owns and created the whole universe. So if someone is bigger, that's in control of everything. Isn't that awesome? Someone is bigger that's in control of everything. Okay? So if we are call ourselves, he owns us. He created us. So he knows what's best for us. And here it is. Those arrows that's coming to you or against you, whatever it is for your character building. You're building characters, right? So until you are able to stand knowing that Jesus is carrying you through your storms, your trials, you can rest assured that he's going to take you through, that you're going to make it, because you are standing up boldly, relying on him, relying on the creator of the universe to take you through. Isn't that awesome? So if you look at my post this morning, I put on there, I believe it was Jeremiah 12:5. It talks about, the footman. If we are not able to stand now when there's more peace, how can we think about standing later? So just go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and try to figure out how you're going to be a better person. And my thing is, unless you are studying the Word, in the Word, or finding some motivation, some other scripture or other books that will be able to help you to get through whatever it is you're going, whether you're going to financial crisis, find some financial expert. If you're going to relationship issue, whatever it is, physical issue, spiritual issue, whatever issue it is, I always find that it's deeper than whatever issue. It's usually, everything to me comes from a spiritual sense. So if you're not in the Word and things are happening, try to figure out, maybe you're not studying and you're not prayed up, okay? And I thank all the individuals that's always praying for me and my family, and I can feel all the love and all the prayers, so I really appreciate that. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, just think about that for a while. For the flying arrows, consider yourself a star, okay? You have to go through. You will have to continue to build your character. That's the only way you're going to be able to make it. So just think about Philippians 1:6, and it say, he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. Think about that. So continue to be the ambassador, continue to be bold, and continue to pray for one another, okay? So that is my prayer for you, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, this is Berdel Warrior with Go Higher Mindset Marketing. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.